Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, how much could depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. Today is Friday, the 27th day of September 2024. A big news update. Do not reassign Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case to another judge. Human rights advocacy group wants federal government. Now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been called upon to immediately end the unjust and politically motivated trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. This civil rights advocacy group, yes, Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, Huriwa, which made a call, a statement signed by its national coordinator, Emmanuel Ombiko, on Thursday, argued that the prolonged detention and continued judicial proceedings against Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are clear violations of his fundamental human rights and an abuse of judicial processes. Huriwa emphasized that the government has no concrete evidence linking him to any crimes, yet continues to detain him under humiliating conditions. Now, the group stated that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's medical condition often deteriorates in detention, and securing permission for his doctors to attend to him requires intense legal battles against the DSS. They're asking, why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being treated like this in the 21st century? Yes, and they said, it is very unfortunate that a democratically elected government, which claims to promote good governance and fundamental freedoms under the 1999 Constitution, continues to violate the rights of a man who has committed no crime. Huriwa criticized the manner in which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was illegally abducted from Kenya, likening his treatment to that of a common criminal, despite there being no evidence of him inciting violence or advocating for the killing of anyone. The group argued that Kanu's actions, broadcasting his opinions from London, were a legitimate exercise of his fundamental human rights. The government has no case against him, Huriwa said. They are dragging him from one court to another. Yes, say it's high time the government either releases him unconditionally or applies reasonable conditions because he has not committed any offense. On the recent decision by Justice Binta and Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja to recuse herself from Kanu's trial, Huriwa expressed delight over the action, describing the move as courageous and in line with the Constitution. The judge's decision came after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his lawyer, Aloy Nyako, made oral applications for withdrawal during court session, you will recall. Justice Nyako acknowledged that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had lost confidence in the court's ability to ensure a fair trial. Now, Huriwa commended Justice Nyako's action and urged the Attorney General of the Federation to discontinue the case against Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They said there should be a nolle prosequi on this case. They argued that the government should stop prosecuting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as there is no legitimate ground for his continued detention. Now, Huriwa further compared Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's situation to that of Bello Bodejo, saying the president of Miyetti Allah, Katu Hore, who was recently released after the federal government withdrew terrorism charges against him. They say Bodejo was arrested and charged with establishing an ethnic militia and engaging in activities prejudicial to national security. But despite the serious allegations, the charges were dropped and Bodejo was quickly freed. Now, Bodejo made numerous inflammatory statements that fueled crisis across Nigeria, and some members of his administration have been linked to violence in states like Benue and Plateau, yet within a short time he was released, and the charges against him were dismissed. This stands in stark contrast to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's ordeal, Huriwa pointed out. Now, Huriwa questioned why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains in detention, while individuals like Bodejo, who have openly admitted involvement in controversial activities, are allowed freedom. They were asking, is it because of his ethnicity? Huriwa now condemns this discriminatory treatment. Yes, Finally, they urged President Tinubu to end the legal circle surrounding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial and respect his rights as enshrined in Nigeria's constitution. Yes, they said the continued persecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a stain on Nigeria's democratic values. He should be released immediately. So, you have seen the Huriwa's stance on this whole thing, talking about the assignment of this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case to another judge. They said nowhere, nowhere. Yes, nowhere. Said don't reassign this to any other person or judge. Yes, now they're asking the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, to discontinue this case. Yes, discontinue. Don't, assign or reassign to another person. Discontinue this matter. The man committed no offense, committed no crime, was in London making his broadcasts, saying his opinion. Oh yes, not a crime. That doesn't amount to a crime or criminality. Yes? So stop dragging this man from one court to another. Stop dragging him. He is not a common criminal. Yes, a respected gentleman. An enigma, a colossus. Oh yes. Is it because he's fearless, brave and determined? That's the only offense he committed. To speak out his mind. That's the only offense Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed. Yes, the only offense Kanu committed because he's saying his mind. Look at what is happening, the contraption. Nobody's saying anything. They have put them in the paper bag. Paper bag. All this one, they call themselves elder statesmen, this, that. The level of the contraption now, the level of this major geographical entity, what this called Nigeria, is so bad and, very, very appalling. Yes, the situation is appalling. The government has shut up every person. Yes, that is. Nobody says anything. They are doing whatever they like. In civilized climes, government, have respect for the people. They are afraid of the people because they are the employers. The people employ them. So you must have respect for your employers. That is the point. But this case of this regime, they don't have respect for or regard for the employers. That's the people, the citizens who elected them, if they say they were elected. Okay? If you say you were elected, now these are the people who elected you. Now you have no regard for them. You see? So, and they're not speaking up. Nobody's speaking out. They're all quiet, mute. Even those who say they are statesmen, elder statesmen. The level of impunity of the government, the level of dictatorial, policies, officials. Yes, despotic. No regard to the rule of law. They believe that they have the right, they have to do whatever they like without even consulting. So that's the point. And people are not saying anything. Everybody's keeping quiet. Everyone shutting their mouth. So the only offense Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed is saying things that governments are doing against the people. And that's what Huri was pointing out, that all these things, while he was in London, he was merely saying out his mind. But unlike many Nigerians who keep quiet, they won't say anything. Because of what? They're afraid. So they are saying, this courageous man must be released. Yes, release him now. Stop this persecution. Stop this, prosecution.